As we welcome our viewers in the Gambia and around the world, this is News Review and I am Lamin Jai. Coming up, Farafenye Barracks Commander Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Sanyang has sent troops to the border in Jara after Senegalese troops entered the country illegally on Wednesday. I will be speaking to Army spokesman Major Lamin K. Sanyang via Skype there from the defense headquarters in Banjul. Also coming up, aggrieved government COVID-19 foodstuff transporters and the Vice President Dr. Aissatou Toure today held a showdown at the Makati Square over the delay in the payment of money government owes them. Before all of this, we will go through the papers there. I have the Standard. I also have Foreias with me. So we will begin with the Standard. The lead story is saying Works Ministry refutes allegations. According to the Standard, also Kande, that's Mama Kande, their Barrow will lose next election. UDP reacts to presidential advisors' allegations. So according to the Standard, following the recent publication of a series of damning allegations in a Gambian online news portal, the Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, by Lamin Job, has written to clear the air in a write-up which the Standard is privy to. The ministry wrote on the 4th and 6th May 2020, the online newspaper published consecutive articles alleging that millions were stolen through corruption, nepotism, among other things, on part of the Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure in connivance with other named culprits there. So according to the Works Minister, Gambia's Works Environment has been named in a fraudulent contract bidding scandal. His ministry had awarded a landscaping contract to the son of Hadim Gay without following the bidding requirements as stipulated by the Public Procurement Act. First, the Minister of Works, like all other government ministers, cannot award, sign, or let alone sit even in the evaluation or selection committee of contracts. The minister, as a matter of rule, has no role in the day-to-day procurement process of the ministry, including the award of contracts. This is the role of the permanent secretary. So this is the dismissal there, or the rebuttal by the Minister of Works there towards articles that were published alleging corruption on the part of his ministry and his passing there. Also, can the government or Barrow will lose next election? The leader of the opposition Gambia Democratic Congress has said he has no doubt that Gambians will vote President Adama Barrow out in 2021. One thing is for sure, Adama Barrow will be disappointed come next election in 2021. Gambians will remove him just like they removed Yahya Jammeh in 2016, and I can assure you that his defeat will be more humiliating because he will be alone after his defeat, he told the Standard recently. According to the Standard also, the Deputy Administrative Secretary of the United Democratic Party has said that the failure of the Barrow government to effectively enforce COVID-19 regulations during the first quarter of 45 days state of public emergency is what poses a threat to lives of ordinary Gambians. Alhaji S. Dabo, who is the National Assembly member for Brikama North, was reacting to President Barrow's political advisor, Siaka Jata, who alleged that the UDP is playing politics with the lives of Gambians after the party's parliamentarians led a vote against the extension of 45 days state of emergency tabled by the Minister of Justice last Saturday. So according to the Standard, Kapausi gives 5 ventilators worth about $6 million to Gambia. Kapausi Energy Company yesterday presented 5 ventilators worth about $6 million to the government of the Gambia. Now let's see what Foria is saying. Detention without trial still exists. Demolition, clash with police, and arrest in Salaji land dispute. Teenager who shot his friend released on bail. Finance Ministry explains minister's absence from National Assembly proceedings. Bar Association President says adoption of draft constitution will usher in system change. 5 soldiers and 1 civilian have been detained by Gambian authorities without their appearance before any court of law for trial. This is contrary to the requirement of Section 19 of the Constitution, which says no person should be detained without being taken to court within 72 hours. So according to Foria 2, teenager who shot his friend released on bail. Ibrahim Abaji Jr., 18 years old, who shot one Omar Soli, a friend, in the right hand or arm, has been released on 28 May 2020 at 2 p.m. His father, also Ibrahim Abaji, confirmed the report. He said his son was granted bail and he will be reporting on bail starting from Thursday 21st, that's today, 21st of May. Demolition, clash with police, and arrest in Salaji land dispute. Dozens of houses and Fences have been demolished in Sukutasala as the police clashed with residents over land dispute. At least 15 people were arrested by the police and held briefly at Brusuwi police station before they were granted bail. That's all for the papers. We will be right back. Stay tuned. Thank you. Welcome back. Gambian troops have been activated after Senegalese troops illegally entered the Gambia through the Jara border on Wednesday. Videos showing Senegalese troops clashing with Gambian civilians in the border village of Sare Omar near Badume, that's in the Jara region of the country, emerged on social media on Wednesday. Let's take a look at some of the videos there that have been doing the rounds on Facebook.
Yes, Jara right now. The Senegalese troops enter in the Gambia right now. 3 vehicles. Nakiwa, ni sare jumano. Badume nanjandi badume. Ndo sare Omar. Ah. Boy na buga ni tamo no. Right now boy Gambia ga sen moto bi damu. Assalamualaikum. Ronald. Wow, Uma, boss, fi Gambia. Wow. Boy, we are not disabled. Yes, Jara right now. The Senegalese troops enter in the Gambia right now. 3 vehicles. Nakiwa, ni sare jumano. Badume nanjandi badume. Ndo sare Omar. Ah. Boy na buga ni tamo no. Right now boy Gambia ga sen moto bi damut. Assalamualaikum. Ronald. Wow, Uma, boss, fi Gambia. Wow. Boy, we are not disabled. Yes, Jara right now. The Senegalese troops enter in the Gambia right now. 3 vehicles.
Senegalese troops entering the country illegally there on Wednesday. The FATU network understands today that the commander of Farafene Barracks, Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Sanyang, has sent troops to Gambian troops there to Jara. I'm now joined by the spokesman of the Gambian Armed Forces there, Major Lamin Sanyang from the Defense Headquarters in Banjul. Major Sanyang, thank you very much for accepting to speak to the FATU network. Major, what can you tell us about this act of impudence there on the part of the Senegalese troops?
Well, I would put it that bluntly, that's probably some kind of incursion into Gambian territory. According to the reports that we got from the 2 Infantry Battalion, which is in charge whose AOR is covering LR where the incident happened. Yesterday in the afternoon, around 1 p.m., Senegalese troops on board 3 pickups and 1 armored personnel carrier entered the village of Sare Omar around the border with Senegal.
Yes.
In the Lower River region. And once they entered there, Sare Omar is understood to be a timber landing site in the Gambia. And when their patrol team entered the village, the community as well as the youths accosted them and even told them that this was Gambian territory and that they had no business to do there. And according to the reports from our interaction with the community, the Senegalese Armed Forces patrol team left without any incident.
We left without any incidents there. But then, Major, this is not the first time that Senegalese troops are entering the country. We have seen in Dar es Salaam what happened. Heavily armed Senegalese troops attempted to enter the country, clashing with our military there. And not just that, we have seen just in April or in March this year, when a Gambian was chased right inside of the Gambia and shot and kidnapped. All of these are happening. Tell us about the role of our military, because it appears it is our sovereignty, our integrity that is at stake here. What is our army doing?
First of all, I think we have to clarify some of these incidences. Some have to do with, like this one, they claim that it was a patrol. And according to our information that we got, the community was told that they had lost their way, on this patrol. Also, the one at Dar es Salaam was also some kind of miscommunication in that we understand there is a village, Alcalo, around that end, who claims a Gambian village that is in the Gambian territory as, being in Senegalese territory. That a commander around that end, Dar es Salaam, wanted to visit. However, according to our protocols with the Senegalese Armed Forces, or any other armed forces for that matter, entering Gambian territory, you write and seek for clearance to be allowed passage through Gambian territory. And that clearance also, you have to indicate the composition of your team and if you are armed or not. And once approval is granted, you are given safe passage. For the one in Garawal, this one is, it has to do with what we call hot pursuit. This was an agreement that the Republic of the Gambia entered into with Senegal way back in 2017, wherein both sides are allowed, in terms of this condition or the protocol that they agreed to pursue any criminals or subversive who are intent on any subversive activity or illegal activities along the sides of the border. So Senegalese can pursue criminals into Gambian territory up to 5 kilometers. Gambian security forces also can pursue any criminal into Senegalese territory up to 5 kilometers. Anything beyond 5 kilometers on both sides of the borders will involve a joint operation, wherein now the security forces in any of the countries has to be informed so that we conduct what is called a joint operation on both sides.
But Major, this hot pursuit, it sounds quite ridiculous, because this is something, it doesn't happen anywhere, where you would have troops on the other side of the divide entering somebody's house or somebody's country and arresting people there. That doesn't happen anywhere, does it?
Well, I think, the rationalization or the rationale behind some of these things, probably that could be beyond my paycheck. But what I can say is these are agreements that have been entered into by the two governments. And our role in all this is just the implementation and to ensure that, these things are executed. What we have to bear in mind also is that probably it's because most of these hot pursuit cases involve Senegalese forces pursuing people into the Gambia. However, we never know. Later in time, probably we may have situations wherein we will also pursue somebody into Senegalese territory. It may be premature, however, because I know if I even ask you right now, you will say, it's unthinkable that Gambian forces would pursue somebody into Senegalese territory, and then that will be agreed.
But do you honestly believe? Do you honestly believe that Senegalese will let our soldiers, our troops, to enter Senegal and say, for example, shoot someone there and take him? You think that's possible at all?
Well, the question of shooting, I think those are issues, and those are things that are uncalled for. Even if the agreement encompasses even shooting, but those are things that are properly controlled and restricted. Those are things that the two sides, I'm sure, from that incident in Garawal, must have looked at. Last March, I understand there was that Senegalo-Gambian ministerial meeting that was held in Dakar. So I'm sure these things have been must have been discussed there.
Now,
and,
back
so
to
that the recurrence will not happen.
Back to yesterday's incident. What the reports we have is that this was no normal patrol, as you put it. These people entered the country in an attempt to take back the timber, the rosewood that was cut from the other side of the border in Casamas. This is what they were going after, not necessarily a normal patrol. What do you have to say about this?
Well, we work on the information that we have gathered. However, we also do our other work and also collaborate with the other security services and agencies in the country. But as far as the information that we have had from the ground, they said they were on a patrol and then they lost their way. Some of these things, cannot be ruled out, a patrol going and losing its way. Because if you look at the border between Gambia and Senegal on all sides, that's northern and southern part, it's not an even straight line that you can know that this is where the border is and where it is not. And even from their comportment also, when they came in and then they were told that this was Gambian territory and that they should leave, the issue where I was saying there was no incidents because they did not also react violently to refuse to leave or not. So, it would be hypothetical to read, their mind and their thinking to say what they are up to. But as far as we know, they told us that it was a patrol that lost its way. And, we just also trying to do our thing. And the patrol is still out there, our personnel. When they went, I have to underline also, they did not meet the Senegalese troops there because they had left yesterday. Immediately they were confronted by the youth to leave.
So these troops that have been sent to the border, from Farafene, are they still there or they've left?
No, the troops were sent from Pakaliba, which is closer to Sare Omar. So Farafene is the headquarters of the 2 Infantry Battalion. That's where their commander is, Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Sanya, who was coordinating the operations. But the last time I spoke to him, the patrol was still there. But the intelligence reports they had gave them this information that we just shared not long ago.
Major, thank you very much for your time there.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Major Lamin K. Sanyang, spokesman of the Gambian Army, speaking to us there regarding yesterday's incident in Sare Omar, Jara. We will take a short break and we will be right back.
Patients at hospital hallways cleaning away germs, at press conferences providing information to journalists, in the streets tracing people who came into contact with those who have tested positive for coronavirus. All of these people are soldiers fighting coronavirus on our behalf. The Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry recognizes this sacrifice and is therefore urging all of us to pay tribute to these medical workers by stopping whatever we are doing every 6 p.m. to clap for these frontline soldiers.
Thank you. So the Ministry of Finance on Thursday called for patience on the side of truckers transporting government COVID-19 rice and sugar there. The truckers have been grumbling that the government has been slow in paying money. It owed the drivers want the government to give them their money before Eid. Fatu Kamara was at the Makati Square where a little drama unfolded earlier today, and see now reports.
The Vice President, Dr. Aissatou Toure, came to Makati Square today to meet truckers transporting COVID-19 foodstuffs after a bitter complaint coming from the truckers saying the government failed to give them their money. The Fatu Network gathered the government owes these truckers about $11 million. And now the drivers have started complaining after the government have allegedly failed 50% of an agreement half the way. We got here as soon as information reached us that the government and the drivers are in a standoff. When the drivers saw us, the president of the Gambia Transport Union asked us to stop filming as he do not want this to go out. The Ministry of Finance released a statement Thursday following a request for comment by the Fatu Network. And according to the statement, the Ministry of Finance is aware of a request for payment for the transporters distributing the emergency food supplies across the country. Like all COVID-related payments, the request is undergoing a process that involves several bodies. We understand the frustration of the transporters, but we kindly ask them to exercise patience while we do the needful. The Ministry of Finance would like to assure them that they will receive all monies due in full as soon as possible, the Finance Ministry added. Fatu Kamara reporting for the Fatu Network News Review in Banjul. The Vice President.
Very well, that will be that for today's show. Thank you very much for being there. We will be back next week. Until then, my name is Lamin Jai.
TAF Africa Global is proud to launch the Moria Gardens, conveniently located in Bruford, 5 minutes off the Bruford Highway. Moria Gardens is set to comprise of 20 fenced and gated service plots with sizes ranging from 264 to 420 meters square. Unique features include water and electricity infrastructure, solar street lights, all-weather roads and scenic gardens. We offer a 10-year mortgage plan with a 25% equity down payment in partnership with GT Bank, Trust Bank and EcoBank. For more information, please contact 376-2333 or 776-2333 or visit our offices at Madiba Mall at Taft Bruford Gardens opposite 5 Star Hotel.